to the A Picture is Worth 1,000 Words podcast. Join us as we discuss the antics of pro athletes, sports politics, and everything in between. No sport nor athlete is off limits. Now, get you a pitcher of wine and enjoy the show. Here are your hosts, Lene and Linnell Fletcher, aka the Fletcher Twins. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of A Picture is Worth 1,000 Words podcast. It's your girl, Nelly Nell.
And this your girl, Nay. What it do, boo?
Okay, and on this episode, we have a special guest joining us. He has a podcast called Woke, and his name is Aaron Barksdale. Hey, Aaron.
Hello.
Or as Nate, as Nate likes to call it, Aaron.
That's what everybody been calling it.
Yeah. So, Aaron, just go ahead and give us a few words about your podcast. When did it start? What do you guys talk about?
Well, the little bit of backstory to my podcast, it was a project for class, but I was hit up by a lot of Black people and especially Black men because my podcast is about the Black experience. Like my first season of Woke was about people growing up Black because we all grow up differently. And then my second season, I hit on different aspects from and I like to say it goes from serious to silly. Like today, I did my most recent episode on the topic of what is justice, but I also have topics of best male vocalists, female vocalists, stuff like that. So it's from serious to silly, but it's a good podcast. Not being biased, I generally like what I do, and it's a podcast where you can go out here and find it.
That's great. And I listened to one of the episodes today, but I'm going to get to that later because I have a question from something I heard. Yeah, so tell them your handle we can tell them at the end of where they can find you or whatever. So I'm going to just get started with the first question we have for you.
Wait, first you got to tell us what we drinking on tonight.
Well, I have rosé, the normal.
I did for the first time in a long time my signature, the Nene, which is, for those of you who don't know, have Tito's, have cran and mango, which is very rare. You can only find that in Publix on a good day, okay? And it's not gonna be in the Publix in the hood. You gotta go outside the hood for that.
All righty then. Congrats to the Nene showing back up. Okay.
Before we get into the questions, we got to talk about Juneteenth this weekend. What's up? What did we do? What did you do?
I'll go first because I actually had an amazing Juneteenth. First of all, I got my hair done, with the braids. We like to rock the braids.
For the culture. Okay.
Yeah.
Respect.
And randomly, a friend of mine that day was like, "Do you like Dave Chappelle?" And I'm like, "Of course. Who don't like Dave Chappelle?" So
is this the friend of the friend?
It's the friend of the friend.
This isn't her friend. This is a friend of a friend. Go ahead. She's a friend stealer.
Oh
Go
my
ahead.
God. Anyway, so she was like, her boss gave her tickets to the viewing of his new documentary at Radio City Music Hall. So I'm like, of course I'll go. So I went with her, right? It was amazing. He came out at the end, everybody died. And then he threw on a concert. He brought out rappers from each borough in New York, and they rapped 2 or 3 songs, and it was completely amazing. It went from old school Redman and De La Soul, and then they brought in new school A$AP Rocky from Harlem and Fat Joe from the Bronx. I died multiple times that night because nobody knew that he was going to be putting on a free concert. So that was my Juneteenth, and I had on my little Juneteenth outfit, so I was representing.
You said from each borough. I'm not from New York, so what is that, each county? I don't understand. You have to explain that to our listeners that's not from New York.
Because technically New York City, since I live here, New York City I only consider New York City Manhattan, the city, but boroughs are different neighborhoods around Manhattan. So you got Manhattan, which includes Harlem. So that was A$AP Ferg. And you have Staten Island, you have the Bronx, you have Brooklyn, and then Queens. So those are the 5 boroughs.
I got family in New York.
Oh, really? Where about? Queens?
Long Island and the Bronx.
Okay. Fat Joe represented
Long
well for the
Island.
Bronx.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did, and I also had my cute little Juneteenth shirt, and all our family had matching shirts. We went to it was a block party at our sister's smoothie shop. So it was performances, music, food, smoothies. It
Merchandise you
was
can
great.
buy.
Yep, it was great. It was good. We had a good time. Besides the fact that it was 335 degrees, it was a good time.
That is Florida for you. All right,
Mm-hmm.
Aaron, what did you do for Juneteenth, if anything?
Well, in celebration of the holiday,
I mean, your
I work.
podcast is called Woke, so you
Yeah, you
know about
know.
it.
Yeah, you
You
know. Hmm?
you worked?
Yeah,
It was Saturday.
I know. I work at a Black History Museum here in
Oh,
my town.
nice.
Mm.
Where is
nice.
that about? Where is that?
Well, I work at the museum here in Farmville, Virginia, called the Moat Museum, and
VA.
basically it tells the story about the student walkout that led to like.
Yeah, there was a movie about that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, that's.
amazing.
Mm-hmm.
That's really
Nice.
cool. But
So
yeah,
a lot
so
of
it's
people came in.
really because yeah.
Yeah.
So and they just made it a federal holiday. It's been a holiday in certain states for a while, but now it's federal, and this is off topic for the
Topic.
podcast, but I'm gonna just say this one thing about Juneteenth. I was watching The View the other day, and D.L. Hughley was on there. He's a comedian slash pop.
Actor.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know if he considered himself an activist or just like a woke person. So he said, funny enough, that it is a federal holiday now, but more white people will have that day off than blacks. And I was
Yeah.
like, that's true. That's very
Yeah.
true. It's the sad truth.
So
Okay.
you said you were in VA. I got one last question, and this is
Please
off
don't let it
topic.
be about Chris Brown.
It's yeah. Do you be seeing him?
Oh my God. Chris
Oh
Brown
my
live
God.
in LA.
Yeah, Chris Brown live in LA, but I was actually just talking to somebody about that because my cousin, he goes to Virginia State here in Virginia, and he see Trey Songz often because Virginia State's in Petersburg.
Yeah.
But he's seen Chris Brown too because they're both trying to get their degrees from Virginia State. So
Oh, okay.
I saw Chris Brown one time in Richmond, like driving by when he was doing like his community service.
Oh.
But it's real. But it's like I didn't want to disturb him or get him in trouble or nothing. Like everybody else come by taking pictures, screaming, Chris! Like no, I went by, I was like, oh shit, it's Chris Brown. Excuse my French. But it was like, oh cool, it's Chris Brown. And we kept going.
That's hilarious. Okay. That is hilarious. Chris Brown, he can definitely sing. Okay, the first question that I would like to ask, and we all can chime in, but Aaron, do you think it is athletes' responsibility to speak up and out about social justice issues?
That's the hard question, realistically, because I feel that there are a lot of athletes in the NBA who are Black. Like, for example, we use everything that happened with George Floyd. You wore the Black Lives Matter shirt. Mm-hmm. You may have had say their names on the back of your jersey, like in the bubble. But did you really say something? Not really, because I didn't really hear, Jay Crowder say a lot. Like we saw Jonathan Isaac from the Orlando Magic stand up instead of kneeling, because he said, I can do more than kneel, which I do respect. But it's like we don't see LeBron going out and talking. We didn't see Steven Jackson, like a lot of Steven Jacksons going out and talking about like George Floyd or like Giannis Antetokounmpo when he was in Milwaukee talking about everything. So do I feel like it's a responsibility? That's hard to say because there's some people who just, depending on what it is, they're not that well informed. And if you want to speak about it, definitely get informed. But I do understand that fear of not wanting to look wrong.
And also, I would chime in really quickly. People not as rich as LeBron. So LeBron lose one or two sponsors, it's not going to hurt him. Somebody else speak up and they might lose sponsorships and all that. Then they be like, okay, now this is affecting me and my family personally. Like I have to, just like with the kneeling with the Kaepernick, a lot of people wanted to kneel, but they not as rich as him. They have to feed their family. So I like it when people speak up. I understand when they don't though, because it is a fear. Because I remember one time I went to a football game and I didn't know if I should stand up or sit down during the national anthem. Like I didn't want to cause any chaos and I didn't want anybody cursing me out or calling me unpatriotic or stuff like that. So I didn't know what to do. So I do understand the fear, but let me take it way back to somebody I do not like. Michael Jeffrey Jordan. When that's your
The
favorite
GOAT?
player?
No, my favorite player is Magic Johnson.
Okay, the GOAT, Michael, I guess I never saw him, so my GOAT is LeBron. But when y'all all saw the documentary, I didn't see it because I don't like him. But he wouldn't speak up about this one political person because his response was like, Republicans buy my shoes too. It's like he just wanted.
Right?
I don't know who it was. It was somebody, but his mama was like, endorse this person or show up at one of the rallies or something for this political person. And he was like, Mom, Republicans buy my shoes too. So it's like he was only worried about the money. And I'm like, Michael, you not gonna lose no money if you endorse this person? Not like that. So I didn't like that response. Like, just don't say nothing at all, but don't say that.
But like, I'm gonna play devil's advocate for a second. Like, is he wrong though? Because it's true. There's plenty of racist people. I out here, I see a bunch of rednecks bumping Little Baby and Lil Wayne and Young Thug and Gunna, but they still don't call me the hard N-word at the end of the day. Like, and those artists know that. They know that there's racist people out here listening to me, buying my music, buying my merchandise. So I get that mindset. Like, as long as my bag is fine, I'm not really worried about it. Like, do I fully agree with what Michael said in that aspect? Nah. Like, do I feel like he should have, like, did the things his mom was saying? I still feel like that's his personal choice. Like, he was a grown ass man.
Yeah.
But it's just like, I get, where you're coming from. Like, in that situation, it's best not to say nothing.
That's why I would rather him not say nothing than say that. Nate, do you have anything to add? Because he could have just took the fifth.
I don't think they should be responsible. Like, I don't think it should be a responsibility for them to say anything. And also, we don't even really know what they contracts say, because they have to represent whatever league they in at everything they do and say. So I don't know. That is a tough one. And
they
like,
say what is the saying, with great power comes great responsibility or something like that?
Yeah. From Spider-Man.
Yeah, something like that. And
Spider-Man.
It is. With great power comes great responsibility.
Like, so it's like, I don't know it, because then again, let me flip this, right? Let's say LeBron was a Republican. If he would speak up and out about being a Republican, and wait, he actually might be, we don't know. But I'm just saying, if let's say he spoke up and was on the cop side, right? Then he would get way more backlash from Black people and white people about that. So it's like, are we saying you only can say something if it's what you agree with? So,
that's why a lot of athletes.
That's
why a lot of athletes don't speak up. They just do their jobs and they go home.
Yeah.
Like, because you can look at somebody like Miles Leonard. Like, he supported the police. He's like a true, like, white guy American, but he still respected, Black Lives Matter. He's like, I understand why everyone's kneeling. I respect it. I'm not going to do it just because of ABCD, but I still respect it. But we still, at the end of the day, have an idea of, like, who he is.
Yeah. And Brett Favre, not to bring Brett Favre in it, but boy, Brett Favre showing his true colors after he retired. Boy, he's like, I ain't in the NFL no more. I'm going to say what I want to say. And I'm like, Brett, just go sit down. I'm so mad. I used to really like him. Like, I became a Jets fan partly because he went to the Jets. Like,
what did he say again? He said, what, politics
Football's too political.
Yeah.
Oh, it's too political?
Yeah. And also, he made crazy comments about Deshaun Watson. Remember, he was like, players shouldn't speak up or something when they on the contract, because he wanted to leave, Deshaun. And I'm like, what do you mean? He talking about you should just do your job and not say nothing and not act like you want to leave. And I'm like, this guy.
He did his job.
He talking about back in my day we couldn't say nothing. Well, that was you, sir. You're 135. This is 2021. Okay.
Basically, he's an old white man. Like, that's what he is. He's an old white man stuck in his ways.
Yeah,
and I'm glad Shannon Sharp called him out.
Yeah, and I love Shannon. But every time, and I don't want to generalize it, but every time I see an older white man, I'm just in my mind, I'd be like, it's probably one of them. Like even with, and I hate to say it, but if Joe Biden wasn't Joe Biden, I would think that about him too. When I first met him, I'm like, he's an old white man. What is
And
he
he still
thinking?
could be.
I mean,
So.
next question is, do you think, and we had this debate with our brothers on the episode too, do you think college athletes should get paid?
No. Oh, I could start. I'm gonna say the same thing I said last time, and then I'm gonna read a story because our friend Kim just posted a story. They passed something about a bill about that.
Yeah.
But I say if you decide to pay college athletes, you need to pay all college athletes, not just the football, not just the
big sports.
The big sports that bring in the most money, like the football and the basketball and maybe the baseball. You need to pay the table tennis team.
Oh God.
You need to pay the bowling team. Pay the cheerleaders because that's a sport. Cheering is a sport. Like you need to do it across all boards, not just the sports that bring you in the most money. That's not fair. So if you're gonna do it for everybody. Shoot, pay the band members too.
That is actually hard being in a band. But Aaron, what are your thoughts?
Heck no. Like, it's just like it's not out of disrespect. This is how I look at it. In college sports, you are one of hundreds of thousands of someone who got to make their dream come true. And you're even closer to achieving a bigger goal. Because like you go to Duke, oh dang, he might go to the league. You go to UNC, oh dang, he might go to the league. You play ball at UConn, like for women, everyone know how great women's basketball is at UConn.
Yeah.
Dang, you play for real? Look at Brianna Stewart. She stayed all 4 years. Now she league MVP and a champion.
Yeah.
So it's like, I feel like you have been blessed and you've been fortunate with this opportunity to not just go to college for free, get this education for free, but to do what you love at the same time, while regular students like myself, like others, are busting our behinds to just make it, to just like do the best we can and not have everything guaranteed. Now, I did have this point because one of my old boys, like we used to go to school with me, he transferred, he ran cross country. And he said that I had to remember that some students here that are athletes are on academic scholarships.
Yeah.
And those academic scholarships dictate on how you perform in the classroom, not on the court field or wherever. And I understand, and I get that. So it's like you said, I hate that. Okay, it may be partial. So it's like, okay, so does this apply to walk-ons since they don't have like a full college scholarship? Does this apply to those students who are here for academic scholarships? Like, we're going to throw them that money? But somebody like Zion Williamson didn't need no money from the school. Somebody like, hell, back in the day, Michael Jordan didn't need no money from the school. Like, I just say no, period. Like, I don't want to give somebody some and somebody none. But that's what it is.
I agree with no, because we went to FSU, which is a football school. They got everything for free already. So why are you going to cut them a check at the end of the month too? When they get their food for free, the housing for free, schooling free, everything is free for them. So why they get a check at the end of the month? I don't like it. But it made a good point, and I think this is the law that you about to talk about, Nate. He said he don't think they should necessarily get a check, like they working 80 hours a week or whatever, but he think they should make money off of their likeness. Like if every time they jersey sell, or if they do a commercial, something like that with their name attached to it, then they should get like a percentage or something of that.
That I agree with, because the schools are making money off of like jersey sales for specific people. So that I agree with. What was I about to say? Shoot.
Something about the law that Kim posted?
I was looking for it. I was thinking about something else, but no. So the Supreme Court or some court sided with the NCAA regarding paying athletes. So I don't know where it's gonna go from there, but
I don't like it.
I don't like it either. I don't like it, but if they do, if they get it, then it should be for everybody, not just in the big name sports. Because like you said, they get everything. They had a whole separate cafeteria with much better food than we did. Yeah. Thank God we had the hookup and we could get in there, but everybody couldn't eat in there.
But that's what it is. Because it's like Ben Simmons, he said openly one time, I didn't do nothing at school. I didn't even go to class because they knew I was going to the league. And it's like, yeah, great, you made it. You a 6'10" point guard. Cool, you come down the lane, do whatever you got to do. But that's still not fair. You're still a student first. And you didn't fulfill that obligation.
That's why they call student athlete.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And that's what be pissing me off. Because it's like, here, some dudes on the basketball team walk with that sense of pride, like they better. And it's like, dog, I'm taller than a couple of y'all. Like, granted, the skyscrapers got me beat, but you might have me beat height, but skill is a different story. But that's another topic for another day. But it's like, I just hate that. Like playing pickup with some of them, or like seeing them interact with other students. Like they have a nickname for students here at the university I go to. Like they call us NARCs, normal, average, regular kids.
Oh my God.
So the athletes call y'all that? Because y'all not athletes?
It's non-athletic regular kids. Yes, they call us NARCs.
Oh my gosh, that's horrible.
And it's like who not athletic? Like, motherfucker, I got a 35-inch vert. Like, keep playing with me.
That is crazy.
That's crazy.
I've never heard
like, I'm all state in a sport. Don't play with me.
That is insane.
Yeah, they do walk around. They get in good with the teachers and stuff. If you have a teacher that like the sport or something like that, they don't have to do no work. It's just crazy, but we'll see how that goes. But yeah, like Nate said, if they pay one sport, they need to do it for all of them. I don't care how much money they bringing in. Okay, the next question is, what do you think about the phenomenon of the big three? Like, as far as when I saw Pierce, Garnett, and Ray Allen. Then, of course, there was LeBron, Bosh, and Wade. And now there's Harden, KD, and Kyrie. What do you think about the big three?
I think, excuse me, that's like lint in my mouth. I think the difference is, like, I'm not super crazy about a big three because I still say that, like, Dirk Nowitzki had the last genuine championship. Like, it was him with an old-ass Jason Kidd, Sean Marion, who was doing his thing.
I remember.
A young Tyson Chandler, who's getting boards and blocks. But that was about it. But
and that was when they beat LeBron team?
Exactly. That was when they beat the big three that were first assembled.
Yeah.
But it's just like, it's different. Like LeBron, granted, he did team up with two other fantastic basketball players, which I didn't like. But he was a free agent.
He fulfilled his contract.
He fulfilled his contract. Same thing with KD. Like even though you basically joined already a juggernaut.
He joined the championship team. Like
he really did.
He recently said he joined because he knew he was gonna get a ring.
Correct.
And that's fair. Like, okay, at least you're honest about it.
Yeah.
But it's like he was a free agent, so I can't penalize him. But so much he fulfilled his contract. He
joined the. He got clowned so much for doing that, and he gonna keep getting clowned because
forever.
Yeah, it's just I'm happy he got a ring because he's amazing, and I wouldn't want to be somebody like a Damian Lillard who might never get a ring if he stay on that.
Don't
team.
Do it.
Oh, don't talk about that.
Don't do it.
I like that's my second favorite player.
I keep saying he should join up with my favorite player, Giannis, because Giannis needs a point guard and Dame needs a big. So I love Middleton. Trade Middleton, DiVincenzo, and Bobby Portis. Send their ass to Portland. Let CJ McCollum be Dame. Y'all get Dame. I'm a Laker fan, but y'all get Dame. We go get Bradley Beal this offseason, and we'll see you in the finals. Because we need some shooters.
I don't know about the big three. They always with LeBron and Chris and Wade. I don't consider that a big three because Chris was good, but he wasn't on LeBron level, and Dwayne Wade wasn't the Dwayne Wade he was with Shaq. But
D Wade still averaged almost 30 with LeBron, and Chris Bosh, he took that back seat. Like he was averaging 24, 26 in Toronto. He was like the second best power forward besides KG.
Yeah.
Like he had everything. Like his range extended. He's a lefty. He can play in the post. He can pass out the post. He's a great interior and perimeter defender. So you did get a lot.
Yeah.
Like realistically, you got a lot. And all you had to do was dump Udonis Haslem at center, tell him, hey, have fun. Let Martin Chalmers bring up the ball, and look what y'all did. So I do consider that a big three. Like because KG was getting old. Like I really feel like that was only the real competition in the East at that time was the Boston Celtics. Like the Pacers gave them a run for their money, but Why in the hell is 7'3" Roy Hibbert getting bodied by 6'10" Udonis Haslam? Someone explain
Because
that to me.
Haslam is a G. He an old G. Nobody
he
messes
is.
with Haslam.
He is.
Do not
He
mess
is.
with him.
I was just mad the whole series. Like, yo, come on, something. At least get 8 rebounds.
And it's so funny now. What's the Greek freak, whatever, is on the Bucks?
Yeah, Giannis.
Every time, and I don't watch him that much, but I know he won like MVP or defense something. He be winning, but he doesn't. He's not that good to me. Every time I watch him, he really sucks. Sometimes.
Hey, Giannis, I love Giannis to death because of his character. He's a very humble person. He works really hard. Like he doesn't. Like one of my favorite things that he said was like, this journey was never supposed to be easy. That's why it's called hard work. And I really respect that. And it's like, yes, he does need to develop more of his game. Yeah. But like the past few games, he knew what he had to do against Brooklyn. Get my big 7-foot ass in the paint, lay it up, and if not, kick it out. Like he's still playing his role.
Yeah, and that's just...
He definitely can get better though.
That goes to my next question. What do you think about the Nets losing? Because, plenty of people had them winning the trophy before they even got in the playoffs. They won the trophy.
Was this the game 7? That was the game 7? And okay. But it wasn't at their house, or was it at their house?
It was
in Brooklyn.
Oh, okay.
Like, I personally predicted the next one going to win. Because I had people kept telling me, yo.
Shannon Sharp did too. He said they wouldn't.
And Stephen A. But like, when I had one brother tell me, he was like, bro, they going to win it all. They got Harden, they got Kyrie, they got KD. And I said, y'all got no defense. So what you gonna do? Because you can't shoot everybody out, especially like in the playoffs. It's the game slows down. Like, Harden doesn't take as many shots no more. Kyrie missed half the season because he was, converting. No disrespect. Like, that's cool.
I don't like Kyrie, so.
He was converting, like, religiously?
He's Muslim now.
Oh, I didn't know that. I just knew he was a LeBron hater and he thinks the earth is flat.
God. I don't think he's a LeBron hater. I think he just tell the truth about LeBron, and even your boy like him. So even LeBron like him. So
LeBron is always politically correct. LeBron is always
ain't
politically
nobody
correct.
tell him to say nothing.
Oh my God. LeBron can take a dump on the bathroom floor, throw it on the wall, and say, I did that. And everyone be cool with it. Everyone be cool with it. That's not fair. I like Kyrie to the extent where he does tell the truth, but sometimes he do put his foot in his mouth. But I had the Bucks winning. True, I did have Milwaukee winning that series in 7, just because, like, even with the fully healthy roster, like, it was still flaws. Like, Blake Griffin wasn't doing anything with Giannis.
Nothing. I didn't know Blake was on that team.
Oh my God!
I watched all 7 games.
That's crazy.
He had 18 and 14 the first game.
I didn't see him get it.
Because she only be paying attention to probably the big 3. But my thing is, KD is such an amazing player, but what they were asking him to do without his 2 other counterparts, he couldn't do that for a sustained. He can't score like that and play that many minutes for consecutive games.
I can't believe he played the whole game plus overtime, 53 minutes.
And also, especially because they have to play every other night. It's not, sometimes it'd be 2 games in between, but this is like every other night. They can't ask him to do that.
You get one night off.
He got tired.
That's the thing. You basically was asking him to be KD and Harden.
Yeah, he was tired.
Like, he's not a playmaker. He's a scorer.
And I remember at one point, KD had, and it was like towards the end of the game, so it was a close game. KD, I think, had inbounded the ball and threw it to Harden. And Harden, I think, was supposed to try to score, and he just immediately threw it right back to...
Because he was hurt. He was playing hurt that game.
And on the hamstring.
Yeah.
He was playing scared. He could have shot that up.
But was he playing scared or was he playing safe? Because it's like, Harden, when he do his patented step back, he go back on his right leg because he's left-handed. So you go back the wrong way, the hamstring gone again. So he was playing safe.
Yeah, he was probably out there as a distraction, but also was trying not to do too much, so maybe he can play later on in the playoffs, but they didn't make it. Next question.
Oh my God.
The next question is, what do you think about Atlanta beating the 76ers in Game 7 in Philly?
I'm going to channel Shannon Sharp for a second. Oh, ice tray, Skip. All right there, Skip. Oh, ice tray.
That is funny.
I think Atlanta this year has surprised a lot of people.
Definitely.
And I thought they were going to lose this series in 7. But I heard some people saying they was going to sweep them. I was like, nah, you got to get them. You got to give them their respect. Like, I thought Philly was going to win in 7. But Atlanta won. So I for real, it was kind of surprising, but then again, they played with a lot of heart.
It was a good game.
They played like really they got nothing to lose.
And that's when you ain't got nothing to lose, you need to be scared of those people. When they ain't got nothing to lose. Did y'all
that's why
see
I hope Milwaukee?
You want? No,
did that's y'all? Why I hope Milwaukee takes it serious. Dang, we good?
No, we good. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you good. I was gonna say that's why I hope Milwaukee takes this really seriously when they play soon. Like these brothers is hungry and they have nothing to lose.
Them. Yeah, don't underestimate them. Did y'all see Quavo in the locker room after the win? Like he was a part of the team. So like, are you the Drake of Atlanta? Toronto.
Yeah. Oh, Atlanta.
He's the Drake of Atlanta now.
He is.
I saw him go back there, but I didn't know he was going in the locker room. Remember, I told you he had went back there.
Yeah,
he's having a great time.
Yeah, somebody posted. One of the players posted a video of him in there acting a fool.
It was Clint Capella.
But no, I'm happy for them. I can't wait to the rest of the playoffs. I actually think the Suns are going to take it all, even though
I'm going Milwaukee. I'm saying Milwaukee versus Phoenix in 7.
Okay.
Because Chris Paul gonna be back.
Yeah.
So.
Oh wait, he won't be back, or is he going to be back?
No, he's gonna be back. He's gonna be back.
Okay.
It's either later this series or in the finals. They going to the finals though.
I was going, and I forgot to write it because I was gonna write this Facebook post after the Nets lost, because you know how everybody
was a bandwagon.
Knew the Nets was gonna win, and like it was set up like that for them to win, and blah blah blah. So I was going to put my Facebook status. I was going to say, so do y'all still think the league is rigged? Because you know how everybody be saying that. And I was going to say that because they lost. Yeah.
I
like that to joke because he think it's rigged.
He think it's rigged. I like the hug between KD and his mama after the game. That was a nice hug.
That was sweet. That was very sweet.
And did y'all see the clip? Because I think I saw it on the Bleacher Report
PJ
today.
Tucker?
He with him and his KD mama. But it looked like she said, I love you too. After it looked like she did, because
he looked at her and blew a kiss. And said, I love you.
Okay.
And he said, I love you. And she said, I love you too.
Okay. Because I was like, all right, don't be cussing out KD mama now. Because don't do that now. KD a thug. I'm scared of him. Okay.
I'm scared of him too.
KD a thug? I would say he a thug.
Well, he at least an internet thug, because he be calling people out left and right. I don't know if he will actually fight or he'll get his goons to do it. But yeah, he'll get Pookie them.
Oh my God.
Do y'all think that Philly should trade Ben Simmons after this performance?
I was about to say something about Ben Simmons, but should he get traded? Is the question. See, I think maybe he got a little bit of that Kardashian Jenner stuff in his mind, and he can't focus. He needs to get a girlfriend where he can focus. Everybody know about the Kardashian curse.
Yeah, then when they dating people, they get brainwashed and they can't focus. That's true. This is true.
They need to do something with him because he ain't doing. They need to trade him. I'm sorry, Ben Simmons, you need to get traded.
Which one is he dating now?
The model Kendall.
But I thought she was dating Devin.
Oh wait, no. I'm sorry. Yeah, Kendall is dating Devin Booker. Ben Simmons used to date her.
Okay.
In the curse is
he's still brainwashed. He's still brainwashed.
Yeah.
No, Booker got that mama mentality. He blocking that out.
Booker is oh my God. And I can't even be mad that they beat my Lakers. I can't be mad.
Nah, I'm not mad. I saw that loss coming. I did. I saw that loss coming.
AD, first, I don't even know why they even let AD play in that last game.
He made
like he couldn't even do anything. Like, why are you trying to play and you hurt, sir? Get off the court.
I think that like earlier in the year, Ron Artest was on Sports Center, and he said that AD after his little Achilles injury, he said he needed to sit out the rest of the season.
He needed to sit out the rest.
Yeah, he needed to sit out the rest of the season. No, for real.
Should have.
This off season, he need to really focus on his body. And like, dude, why do you keep getting hurt every 3 weeks? Like, what the hell?
He do. Somebody did say he need to focus on, because it's just unbelievable. I can't believe that that's happening. But so I'm gonna take it to your podcast, because I did listen to an episode. What is success in the Black community episode? I think that was episode 17. I listened to that. Yes. And on the episode, y'all talked about the different types of success that we can have in the Black community. And a little bit, y'all touched on complacency. Some Black people are complacent. And I believe you said this. You said Kobe was never satisfied with one championship, right?
Exactly.
So my question to you is, do you think athletes or coaches nowadays are satisfied with just making it to the playoffs? Like, do they see that as a success if they just make it to the playoffs? Forget about winning the title.
I agree. Majority of the teams in the NBA, they tell the media, oh yeah, if you want to compete for a championship. You know damn well the Orlando Magic are not saying we can compete for a championship. You know that the Minnesota Timberwolves are not saying we can compete for a championship. I get it. And I really hate when I was going back and forth with this one girl about it. And she was like, everyone's goal is to win a championship. I said, yes, to the media. But realistically, if you're the Indiana Pacers right now, if you're the Charlotte Hornets right now, if you're the Sacramento Kings right now, are you really saying we got a shot next year? No, you're praying and you're working to at least make the playoffs. You're not like the Mavericks who had a shot. You're not the Clippers, the Lakers, the Nuggets. Like realistically, from each conference, it's about 4 to 5 teams that have a shot.
And I remember we had a conversation about this before. If, like, say a team made it to the playoffs and they got out the first round, is that considered a successful season? And I said yes. But I think Nell said no.
No, what our debate was about MVP, because you wanted Steph Curry to be MVP, and I said he didn't even make it to the playoffs. He's not going to be MVP. I didn't say
I wanted him to be MVP. I said no, because she said it's a requirement. It is. She be talking about semantics. She never proved it.
See, I said it's a requirement. You have to have. I said you have to make it to the playoffs, and I showed her
on a successful team. That's and what I
showed a successful team, and I showed her the 3 requirements. And one of the requirements, one of the requirements were you had to be on a good team. But she said, because you said
no, it was not.
It's not the same thing.
No, it didn't say that.
But it's hard though, because like something
like
on
the losing team.
But that's true, but unfortunately in sports you gotta have winners and you gotta have losers. Like, was Steph Curry, did he himself have a bad season? No. Steph Curry deserved to be in the MVP conversation. I personally think that he should have had. But because it was like Candace Parker and Shaq was talking about it. Candace made the point, you still need to win. You still need to win. And I understand that. But even then, the Warriors are on a crazy stretch where Steph was putting up 30 plus a night. And Steph Curry, really, he had an identical year to his unanimous MVP year.
He was the MVP of that team, not of the
league.
Oh,
my God.
That's
my point is, if you're the MVP, you're going to lead your team to a championship or something close to
one
it.
Person,
not playing a game and then lose. You're a loser.
The MVP, but the real definition of MVP by the NBA standards is the best player on the best team with the best record.
Exactly.
So realistically, Donovan Mitchell should have got that.
No.
I like
if we're going by that standards, Donovan Mitchell should have got MVP. The best player on the best team with the best record. But MVP, like MVP has been very subjective. Like, do I think Giannis deserved his first MVP? I really do. He really showed improvement. He worked hard, and they unfortunately lost to the Toronto team. They just lost. That happens. His second MVP, I personally thought him and LeBron should have been co-MVPs, because the last time that happened was with Magic and Bird. I think that it would be cool to see that again, because I feel like they both deserved it.
Yeah.
But MVP is real subjective because, like, I think Joel Embiid should have probably got it this year. Like,
a lot of people thought Joel was going to get it. Yeah.
I think he performed better than Jokic.
Yeah. And back to your quote where you said Kobe was never satisfied with one championship, and all these people be like mama mentality this and mama mentality that, and I'm like, everybody ain't gonna be the next Kobe. Somebody got to be the next Ben Simmons.
Oh my God!
Somebody be Lamar Odom. Somebody be bottom the ride.
Everybody is not gonna be Kobe. That is hilarious.
That's funny.
But anyway. Oh, go ahead. Oh, you had
I was gonna say, but I appreciate you listening to my show, by the way. Thank you. Mm-hmm. But it's like I made that point because too often in our community we do see that complacency. Mm-hmm. Like if you're not about to have the hottest album this summer, or you're not about to be drafted, then you failed, and that's not true. Like I know a lot of good Black people who are teachers, a lot of good Black people who are coaches, people who volunteer, people who have decent living jobs, and they still want to do better, and that's cool.
Yeah.
But I know way more people who cool with just living in the hood, like people who just cool with scrolling all day.
I do too. Yeah.
And it's sad to see that, but yet you scream and preach that you deserve better, but you don't work for it. Because it was like recently, not Kobe, I forget his name, but skills coach was on All the Smoke, and he asked Kobe one day. He said, "Kobe, why are you such an asshole?" And Kobe said, "I work so hard. I come in here, I warm up, I practice. And I'm on a team full of people who want to quit 10 minutes after practice. Why the hell would I pass them the ball?" And I get it. I don't disagree with that.
That is very true.
Kobe was definitely a ball hog, for sure.
But in a good way, because he
score. I ain't gonna pass the ball either.
if Kobe was a ball hog but it wasn't good, like and couldn't score, then it would be a problem. But the fact that he scored and did all that, it was fine. Anyway, we can
hold on. I want to say something again about KD. Okay, because because we spoke about him getting on the Warriors and then they won. He said he got on a team because he won a ring. So now he's on another team and he got the players. Do y'all think they could do it if they 100% healthy
the whole season? Yes.
Yeah, or do you think KD just can't do it no more because he's not on a Warriors no more?
I think they can win a championship with all of them healthy and all of the entire season though, so they can get their rhythm and stuff. I think if they were all healthy, and plus this was a shortened season, like the turnaround time was insane. So I think if all of them have 100% for the entire season, they can win a championship. But KD can't do it himself. No, he can't do it himself.
No,
I don't like counting some people out. I feel like everyone does have a shot. Mm-hmm. But there's a difference between hope and reality. And the reality of it is Harden going to keep being what he was this past season. Like coming in and giving you 28, 10, and 10. That's great. Mm-hmm. For your third best option, that's fantastic. Is Kyrie going to stop leaving because the weather is cold?
Yeah,
right.
That's the thing. He be MIA. And then be showing up on Zoom calls for this political person here in New York, which actually we got to vote tomorrow. I have to vote tomorrow. Go ahead.
You're good. I honestly think that they do have a shot, but I think that the coaching needs to be better. Steve Nash needs to put his foot up somebody else.
Yeah, he looks soft. He looked like they be overrun. They run over him.
Because then at one point Kyrie said they don't need a coach. Remember?
That exactly. Kyrie said if I was the coach and I heard that, I would walk in there, Kyrie, hell no. Sit down. Sit down. How you doing? Good? Family good? Cool. Don't you ever disrespect me in front of the media like that. I'm the coach, you the player. You know I can sit you the whole season, right?
He can. That's just crazy for him to. I can't.
You know who they need to hire as the new coach because Steve is too soft. They need to hire. I forgot his first name, but his last name Singletary.
Oh, Nay, he's football. That's NFL.
A coach is a coach.
I think it's Mike Singletary, the crazy guy.
A coach is a coach. He had them in line, though. He had them in line. One of his players disrespected him during a football game. You know what he did? He sent him to the locker room and said, "You will be better suited in the locker room."
And he was one of the star players. I forgot. He was one of the star players, but yeah, he don't care. Anyway.
For real. Brooklyn has a shot.
Yeah.
But is Kyrie going to be there? Can Harden keep being
the facilitator, can y'all get a decent center? Like, go get a cheap center. Go get Hassan Whiteside. He's not doing nothing right now.
Not cheap.
You need a rim protector. Go get him. Like, because I said before, if Brooklyn gets Andre Drummond, they win it because they actually have defense now. But they didn't.
Yeah, they don't have defense. They don't have defense.
Exactly. Defense wins championships. Offense brings the show.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
Right. They say I'll take.
All right, time, and I'll ask for final thoughts after this. But time for our highlight of the week, and I'm actually highlighting two people. The first one is, and I hope I pronounced her name right. I'm bad at pronouncing names. Sha'Carri Richardson, the track star. She dominated the 100 meters, and she booked the trip to Tokyo for the Olympics. She will be there in the Olympics, and. A quote she said after the race when she was hugging her grandma, she said, "Without my grandmother, there would be no Sha'Carri Richardson. My family is everything." So we want to give a shout out to her, Sha'Carri Richardson. And also, even though I don't like this individual, I got to shout him out. Jordan. Just recently, the Jordan brand introduced its largest female roster ever. They got like 11 WNBA players on their brand, so they're gonna be doing like endorsement deals and shoes and stuff with women. It's a lot of women.
That's good.
And
shout out to women.
A quote that Michael said was, "The world needs female voices, and we can't ignore that, or else we will not grow. We will not be growing, or whatever." So shout out to Jordan and shout out to Sha'Carri Richardson. Those are our highlight of the week. And go ahead.
So about Sha'Carri Richardson. She's now the fastest woman in the world. Mm-hmm. So she got that on lock right now. And Michael Jordan, he should have did this, but whatever. Okay.
But times, I'm not defending him, but times changed. Maybe he realized it was time.
People be realizing too late.
But you also have to understand he's old, so he still have that probably old school mind frame where women really didn't measure up to men, like they were in the back or on the side. They really didn't. Or he probably just think he couldn't have made money with them. Remember, he was about that money, and he maybe WNBA don't make enough, and he was like, "I'm not gonna make no money if these people endorse my shoes." So maybe
the WNBA should get more money, but I think that it's more talent to me now in the WNBA. It's more of an array of women who are fantastic, in my opinion. Like, no disrespect to like older women. Like, we can say that about the NBA as well. But I think now, like, the talent is like up there. So definitely capitalize. Like, they deserve it.
Yeah, definitely. So any final thoughts from you, Aaron, and also tell them where they can listen to your podcast and find you on IG or Facebook or anything like that.
Well, what's up, everybody? But first I want to say thank you so much for having me on the show. I love when people talk about sports. Like, I'm a big sports fanatic, and it's wonderful to see women talk about it because, y'all get labeled as only watching it to look at the men, and that's not true. More women are actually genuine fans of sports than just get staring. But it's for real. I hate when people do that to y'all. But it's really a pleasure to collab with more Black podcasters. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
I hope I didn't talk y'all faces off. I just love good conversation.
Yeah.
But y'all can find me on Instagram at _relentless15. It's one word. You can listen to my podcast, Woke, put it in quotation marks.
Okay.
In all caps, WOKE. You can find it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anywhere you can find a podcast. And the link is in my bio on Instagram at _relentless15. And shout out to my sponsor at Charlotte Clothing, Black-owned business. The brothers from Africa. Great guy.
Right. Yeah.
Great quality clothes.
Yeah, I heard you talk about it on your show. He got like hoodies, bulletproof vests, you said, but not the bad kind. It's the fashionable kind.
It's just the fashion. It's both the best for fashion, but majority of it is just regular clothes. Like this, you got like hockey jerseys coming out soon in the fall too.
Okay, cool. So yes, everybody, please go follow him at _relentless15 and listen to his podcast, Woke. In quotations, WOKE. It is a good listen and it's great conversation. So please go listen to that everywhere you listen to podcasts. And please tune in next week for our next episode. Thank you so much. And Nate, you want to say goodbye to the people?
Yeah, thanks, Aaron. We definitely got to have you on again because you were very funny. You fit in very well. So yeah, we got to have you join us again.
I appreciate it. I'll gladly be back.
But yep, so you know where to find us on IG at the Fletcher Twins with a Z. And anywhere you listen to podcasts, a picture is worth 1,000 words, and 1,000 is the number, not the word. But yep, go on our IG page. You'll find everything in the bio. And thanks for listening.
Bye-bye.
Peace out. Hey y'all, thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of A Picture is Worth 1,000 Words with yours truly, the Fletcher Twins. Make sure you join us every week and rate, comment, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit up our email at podcast.1000words@gmail.com with any questions or topics you'd like to hear us cover. Also check us out on IG at the Fletcher Twins and Facebook at A Picture is Worth 1,000 Words.